Welcome to this business opportunity webinar for LifeVantage, a company at the forefront of nutrigenomics and biohacking. For anyone not familiar with those terms, nutrigenomics is the science of how nutrition and naturally occurring compounds affects our genes. Biohacking is using that information we learn through nutrigenomics and applying it in a specific way to optimize the body, mind, and performance. Tonight's webinar will show you exactly how you can revolutionize your income by sharing information about our biohacking and nutrigenomic products to build a customer base and distribution team. My name is Lisa Sauer. I'm a registered nurse, a nutrigenomics educator, a business owner, and a proud mum of 3 beautiful children. I was introduced to this company by my younger sister, who knows my passion for health and wellness. I was massively skeptical at first. I hadn't heard of oxidative stress as it wasn't something I was taught at uni, so I did a lot of research on the company, on the product, and on oxidative stress, which is cellular damage, and some of you may know this as free radical damage. High levels of this in the body are directly linked with everything that you don't want, and the technological world we're living in exposes us to higher levels of it than ever before. In fact, by the time I finished researching and listening to the doctors talking about why they joined the business, I got really excited. I became a nurse to help people live their healthiest lives. I started immediately sharing this information with people because of the science and the research that backs the product. And 3 years later, I am more excited than ever before. It does what it says it does, and it helps people immensely. My first 3 years in this business have been very product focused, but I've come to see the power of this industry firsthand, and I know the timing of our opportunity and what that means for everyone hearing about this right now. When you think about the 2 biggest problems people face in life, it's health and money. We just happen to have products and an opportunity which can help with both. So what is MLM or network marketing? It's a business system where people share information about products and or a business opportunity with other people. The people hearing about this information make a decision to either become a customer, a business builder, or neither. But during the process of sharing, a distribution network is built and the company pays you for the network volume that you build. Here are a few examples of large network marketing companies you may be familiar with. Amway, Avon, Herbalife. Now, take a look at the numbers of these companies. Amway last year did $9 billion in sales. Avon did $6 billion and Herbalife did $5 billion, of which 40% was paid out to the people who actually built the networks behind them. These are just 3 examples of over 1,800 network marketing companies which exist. And think about that, over 1,800 network marketing companies. What does that tell you? The industry works, or there wouldn't be that many. And just those 3 represent $20 billion, of which 40%, so approximately $8 billion, has been paid out to their distributors. So there are definitely people making money in this industry. Imagine this. If you were given the chance to go back in time and be the very first person in Amway in 1959 or Avon back in 1886, if you were given the chance to be first just one time, knowing how big these companies have grown and what it would do for you financially to be a part of them, would you do it? You see, the industry is an avenue to generate additional income, to create a plan B. It's something that you add as a sideline, a part-time gig, or you can take it full time, depending on your life circumstance and goals. Either way, we know it works. But we also know that not all companies are created equal. So how can you stack the odds in your favor? If you're going to spend valuable time in building a business, you want to make sure that you're in the right company. Over the last 4 years, I've studied top leaders and top companies, and what I found is that there are 4 key criteria which must be met in order to determine if a company constitutes a good opportunity or not. Number 1 is timing. This is crucial. Don't even consider joining a network marketing company unless you're going to be first in your market. Number 2 is product. It must be something people need, want, like, 30-day consumable, unique, with little to no competition. Number 3 is income. A fair and lucrative compensation plan is vital. Instead of money being paid only to the people at the top, the money has to be paid to people in the beginning and the middle stages of building the business. You've got to be able to make money in this. And number 4 is mentorship. The last thing you absolutely must have is that mentorship. You've got to have access to people who know how to make money, know how to achieve what you want to do, and are willing to show you step by step by step how to make it work. So let's take a closer look at this criteria. Timing. This is what we call an S-curve growth chart, and all companies go through this. They start with what we call ground floor. Then they build up momentum transitioning through a concept we call critical mass before finishing at the top. But can you read that? You see, that's half the problem. That up there is too late, and that is the issue with where all your friends join in. Too late. The secret to making money is that you have to join in the beginning, but the question is, what's your beginning? Well, statistically speaking, the beginning of these network marketing companies is the first 150,000 people per country. Statistically, that's your ground floor. What I really love about LifeVantage is that we're publicly traded. We're on the NASDAQ, so you can look at our numbers today. And when you do this, you'll find that LifeVantage has less than 80,000 people, but that's in the world. So my question to you is this. If the first 150,000 people per country is your ground floor and we have 80,000 people in the world, where are we at on the timing scale? No one knows about this. In fact, the odds of you sitting here hearing this information right now are like a 0.00012% chance. So let's talk product. The product is made up of 5 herbs, 5 natural plant ingredients. When these herbs are synergistically combined, they activate this pathway in your body called NRF2. When that pathway is lit up, it protects the body against oxidative stress. In fact, an American research paper clinically proved it reduced oxidative stress, aka the bad stuff in the body, by an average of 40% in as short as a 30-day window. And we said 100% of people, in fact, 100% of the mammals would see those results. Sound crazy? Well, the scientific community know exactly what oxidative stress can do, but no one has been able to find a way to reduce it. And when this claim was made, a lot of people called us crazy. News media all over the United States called us crazy. NBC 2020, they all hit us up. In fact, ABC Investigative News, one of the largest news stations in the States, contacted us and said this whole thing is a scam. In fact, we want to come do an investigation and bust you on a national platform. And the company said, show up. So they sent their lead investigative reporter to our office to take a blood test on national news. And the easiest way for me to explain the product, the easiest way for you to understand the power of what we have in our hands is to show you the investigation that made national news. But while you're looking at this investigation, consider these 2 things. 1, this investigation hit the news in 2005. So since then, there's been 13 years of federally funded medical research conducted which backs and confirms it. And second, we're talking business, so think about the money that's in this. Since we're at the beginning, the masses don't know about this yet. It's new health technology, a way of biohacking the body with the knowledge learned through the study of nutrigenomics. It's new, it's groundbreaking, and it's the way of the future. Kind of like Microsoft back in 1982. It was new, it was revolutionary, and it took a while to catch on. But if you had invested $1,000 back then, today that investment would be worth nearly $10 million for every $1,000 you had invested. So think about that.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
I can record, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around the small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress. We all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
And it's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. And so you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me? Well, perhaps. It turns out there is some other promising evidence that seems to back up Dr. McCord's findings. That evidence comes from mice that have been genetically engineered to produce more catalase, one of the enzymes that Protandim increases. The researcher, Dr. Douglas Wallace of the University of California at Irvine, says it had a remarkable effect.
We found that they live, in fact, about 20% longer, which is about a fifth of a lifespan.
He believes that with better techniques, human lifespan can eventually be extended too.
We might be able to increase the lifespan of a mammal by 50%. And of course, if that was a human being, then that might be in the order of 130 to 150 years.
The scientific evidence is there. The pieces seem to make sense. The question is, does this translate into something that humans can take advantage of?
So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic.
There's a huge human experience with each of these ingredients. They've been used often in traditional medicine in India and China and many other cultures, in some cases centuries and centuries.
And so ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's
at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
Dr. James Crapo with the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver is also researching Protandim for the company.
Are you saying that this could be a cure-all? You're looking at something that will have a small impact, but an important impact.
We make no claims about curing any disease or preventing any disease. We hope that when enough studies are done, perhaps such claims might be able to be made in the future.
Clinical studies to assess Protandim in both diabetes and heart disease should start in 3 to 4 months. But what about everyone's old nemesis, aging itself? Well, it's all about balance between the good antioxidants and those toxic free radicals.
And if we can tip that back, we may reduce some of the bad side effects of aging. Why my skin is different than that of a baby, for example. That's a very obvious part of the aging process.
Will this prevent wrinkles?
But you don't want to make false claims.
Sure.
But could it produce wrinkles? It's always possible.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result, my level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. I can't guarantee it's going to extend your life. I can't guarantee it's going to eliminate any diseases or cure any diseases.
But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
So you see, ABC News is like our current affair or 60 Minutes. Like, they go for the meat, they dig up the dirt. It wasn't just some clip you see on YouTube or a commercial advertisement. It's a third-party investigative news piece conducted on a national platform, and they came to discredit and shred the company apart. But you saw that investigation. Was it negative or positive? If you remember, we claimed a 40% drop within a 30-day window, but ABC News wouldn't even give us 30 days. They only gave us 2 weeks. You see, they were hoping that the results wouldn't come close and they could say, well, this is what the company claims, but this is what we've seen. And do you remember what the reporters' results were? Just 45% in 2 weeks. So the next logical question would be, what's been done since? Well, that news piece caught the attention of the medical and scientific community all over the world. I mean, there were already a few thousand research articles on oxidative stress, but now, over 13 years later, there are over 190,000 research papers on oxidative stress. There are more than 10,000 Tier 1 peer-reviewed studies on that NRF2 pathway and 24 studies on the Protandim blend, not just the individual ingredients, but the blend itself. That's huge. You see, for one study to be published on the National Institute of Health, we're talking big dollars to fund and years to develop. The rapid rise in research in these areas, we're talking millions, if not billions of dollars in additional research being conducted. And if there's that type of money and attention being laser focused on what we're discussing, do you think you should be paying attention? And who could use this product? Well, who do you know who ages? Who do you know who could do with more energy, better sleep, help with anxiety, or general improvement in their health and well-being? Thinking in terms of money and business, we're talking about nutrigenomics and using that knowledge specifically to create a positive biohacking experience within the body. And while Protandim is the company's flagship product, it is by no means their only product. The company is revolutionizing health and wellness. Supplementation is the candlestick in terms of health technology, and activation is the light bulb. It's the way of the future. Health and wellness is a $3.4 trillion industry, and this company and its products are positioned as leaders in this new way of thinking, looking, and performing at your best. We have no competition. We're not a vitamin. No one does what we do, and we have 14 US and international patents, so no one can copy us. So when you look at our product, it's unique with no competition. It's category creating, revolutionary new health technology that's backed by research. It's affordable, natural, 30-day consumable, and we have a huge customer retention rate because our products do what they say they do. When people feel good, when they understand the valuable health benefits, they continue to take the product. So we've got timing on our side. We've got an incredible product. What about the compensation plan? What about the money? Not many people understand that there are two ways you can generate income. There's a concept called linear, and then there's a concept called leverage. Linear income is what most people do. You go to work, you get paid like hours for dollars. You literally, every hour that you're there, you get paid dollars for that work. The problem is if you don't go to work long term, what happens? You don't get paid. And this type of income is capped. You can only work so many hours per week. Working longer hours or asking for a highly rate of pay, that's the only way that you can earn additional income. You work 40, 50, 60 years in the hope to retire, but the problem is most people can't save enough money to get that. In fact, recent statistics have shown 95% of people will not be able to retire at age 65, 52% will have to work till they die, and 33% will live off government pensions. But there is a better way. It's called leveraged income. Leveraged income in network marketing works like this. As you build your team, you're creating distribution networks. You are then paid from the volume that flows through your business along with other bonuses that the company provides through the compensation plan. Now, the power of leverage lies in the fact that you can only work as many hours each week on your own. But your earning capacity is dramatically increased as your team grows because you earn a percentage of your team's business efforts too. Now, this is a fair system. The compensation plan encourages you to help your new team members succeed, which is mutually beneficial. But it doesn't mean that your team are stuck at a rank underneath you. They can rank advance past you and achieve greater success if they put in more work than you do, and this is exactly how it should be, fair and equitable. Leveraged income is powerful, and many successful business people use it daily. You can build leveraged income by buying gas stations, hotels, restaurants, and large numbers of investment properties. In a restaurant, for example, you use leverage when you buy your restaurant, you find your employees, you add your managers, and then you build your pyramid, you step out and you let them work and make you money. But why can't the average person buy a hotel chain or a restaurant? Well, a business partner of mine was looking at a franchise in 2013, and it was going to cost her about $2.1 million to buy in. It was a franchise called McDonald's. That's why people like your Warren Buffetts and your Robert Kiyosaki's, that's why they endorse this industry, because it gives the average person the ability to build the exact same type of leveraged income without investing millions. And it can be built by working hard for 2 to 5 years. So would you rather a 40, 50, 60 year time span or a 2 to 5 year time span? So this is how powerful leveraged income can be. This is our income disclosure statement. And we're publicly traded. So you can check us on the NASDAQ. We can show you what we paid out last year with full transparency. This income disclosure statement shows you the monthly average paid out to distributors at the various 11 ranks listed. When you join the business, you begin as a distributor with no rank. As your business volume grows, you rank advance to the next level. So take a quick look at the second last column where it says monthly income. Then move across and pay particular attention to level 4, where the monthly average for this rank is $1,100. Level 5, $2,500. Level 6, $5,800. And level 7 at $11,000. That's a lot of money right there in the beginning and middle of a network marketing compensation plan. And this is just one of the 8 ways that we get paid. There are also Smart Start bonuses, generational matching bonuses, and a particularly awesome incentive for reaching Pro 7 in the company. See the jump between level 6 and level 7? That jump occurs because when you reach level 7 in this company, you are eligible to receive a percentage share of 1% of global sales. Yeah, you heard correctly. By reaching the rank of Pro 7, you not only get paid on the volume that goes through your business, but you also receive a percentage of global sales, which, as you can see, makes a huge impact on the monthly average income at that level. If you're going to revolutionize your income, you need a fair and lucrative compensation plan. Ours has been voted as one of the industry's best by the Direct Selling Sales Association, and as you can see, it not only pays well at the top, but it also pays well in the beginning and middle areas of that compensation plan too. So let's go through. Remember those 4 key components of a great business opportunity? Well, let's see how we're tracking with those. Timing. We're at the forefront of nutrigenomics. The future of health and wellness. Statistically, the ground floor is 150,000 distributors per market. And remember, we have 80,000 distributors worldwide. In Australia right now, we have approximately 1,000 active distributors. So do you think we have timing? Yeah, we do. And we can prove it by looking at the NASDAQ, and our ticker symbol is LFVN. Product. You saw the ABC investigation report. We have a natural product utilizing the knowledge learned through nutrigenomics, applying it in a way that positively biohacks our body. It's unique. It's backed by science and research. It has no competition. Do we have a great product? Yeah, and we have the studies on the National Institutes of Health to prove it. So let's look at the compensation plan. I mean, people make money in network marketing. I can debate that all day long. But the issue for a lot of companies is that there's guys making a couple of million at the top while everyone else is making $20. You've just seen our income disclosure sheet. In this company, the leadership positioned the money at the beginning and middle stages as well as the top. We have 8 ways to get paid each and every month, and a bonus incentive of a percentage of global sales once you reach that level 7 rank. So do we have a fair and lucrative compensation plan? Absolutely. And we have the income disclosure sheet to prove it. So the last thing is mentorship. How do you build this business? Let's take a look at the mentorship and the system. In our company, we are very proud of the inclusive, supportive growth environment and culture that's been established. The beauty of network marketing is that by helping our team members achieve success, we also achieve success. It's honestly one of the best working environments I've ever had the privilege to be a part of. Over the last few years, I've had the honor of working with second-to-none leadership because we have full access to the leadership in this company. You have full access. If you decide to build this, you have access to everything you need, to people who know where you're starting from and can help you get where you want to go. We have online weekly trainings, presentations, webinars, Facebook group support, full phone access, as well as local ground level support. So what's the system? The system is to show the presentation 15 times a month or more. It's just inviting people to see the information, show them the video, connect them to webinars, one-on-one in person and monthly group presentations, 3-way calls. That's what a presentation is, just simply connecting new people with this information. It's simple. Attend the trainings like they are non-negotiable. We have weekly online trainings, we have monthly trainings, we have corporate events held locally and in various locations all over the world. And the third thing, you have to give it 2 to 5 years. While you're raising your kids, while you're still doing your job, this is something you can add in, like a plan B that could very well become your plan A. But you see, most people grossly overestimate what they can do in 1 year, and they grossly underestimate what they can do in 2 to 5 years. So committing to this time frame is absolutely essential. And what happens is, as you share this information with others, some people decide that they want to take the product as a customer. Well, that's great. Sign them up on the spot from your phone. You only have to do this once. And the product ships directly from the company to the customer's house. So you don't touch it. You don't handle any money, no delivery, no inventory, and no parties. But some people see exactly how big this opportunity is, and they don't want to miss out. They want to make money with this product as a business. Why wouldn't you? We have revolutionary products. Protandem, which is the Nerve 2 you witnessed on the ABC News investigative report, and its companion product, which is a full skincare system utilizing Nerve 2 activation for the skin. It's the ultimate in anti-aging defense. I see Nerve 2 as the solution to a problem that the world is only just realizing it has. So when I witnessed that ABC News clip and read the research, I knew I was going to take that product my whole entire life. My whole family takes it. And when I saw that this company was strategically positioned to hit these 2 markets, I got so excited. Check this out. Global spending on human supplements is $200 billion a year market. And that's with traditional supplementation, which we know is old health technology, but that's our market. And we're with a company at the forefront of biohacking and nutrigenomics, strategically positioned to dominate this market. Skincare is a $120 billion market. And in particular, anti-aging products are a huge proportion of those sales. We have the only skincare system with Nerve 2 in each and every product. And again, that's our market. Between those two categories, it's a $320 billion market. And you can tap into this with the unique and revolutionary products that we have. That's why this business makes sense. So for someone wanting to join the business, it's $16.50 to sign up on a platinum pack in Australia, of which the company gives you back over $1,800 in value in the form of products, your own replicated website, and training. But the biggest asset that you're going to get, it's the mentorship. That's why we're here. We're growing teams because we know what we're doing. And the first step we're going to do with you is we're going to help you enroll 3 people. Because for each person that you partner in, the company pays you $500 in a Smart Start bonus. So by partnering in 3 people, you just made yourself $1,500 in bonuses, at which point, well, what did you just do? You just paid off the credit card. Now, after doing this for quite a few years, I'm well aware that some of you are sitting there seeing this opportunity and wanting to just jump all in. But there's a part of you feeling like you just aren't that person. Like you're doubting if you could actually build this business. But firstly, I want to say, yes, you can. If you are coachable and willing to do the system, then you can absolutely build this business. Heck, if I can do this with everything I've got going on, then anyone can do this. But just as an option, something to think about. If you love the idea of building this business but feel like you're not bold enough or brave enough to do it yourself, you can consider being what we call a connector. And this is someone who joins the business and refers people to us. We share the information, and if that referred person chooses to become a customer or a distributor, they get signed up in your business. This is what I call a win-win-win situation. It's a win for the person who would never have heard about this information if you hadn't referred them in the first place. It's a win for the person, for yourself, because you're taking action and you're building your business. And it's a win for the person who's sharing the information, your business partner, because this is additional volume into their business as well. So let's have a quick snapshot of what's been happening. Growth is happening super quickly now. In the last 12 months, we've gone from 11 training facilities to 22 training facilities. We've gone from being open in 9 countries to now 18 countries. We've gone from 10 pay grades in the company to more than 11 pay grades in the company. In the last 90 days, our stock has not doubled, but tripled in value. So as you can see at LifeVantage, not only do we satisfy those 4 key components, we can literally prove everything: the timing, the product, the comp plan, and the mentorship, the system. I'd like to finish up with an industry example of the power of momentum and being in the right place at the right time. Timing is the only thing, the only key component that we've looked at tonight that gets worse, not better, with every passing day. See this graph in an earlier slide tonight? We called it the S-curve, that S-curve growth that all companies go through. We start on that ground floor, sales increase, and when they hit a critical tipping point, the company explodes into a concept called critical mass before finishing out at the top in a phase we call stabilization. Now, during the stabilization phase, you typically see 2 to 7% growth. I can get you that all day long. But that 80% in the middle there, that 80% growth, that critical mass phase, I can't get you that. For people who get that type of growth in their business, that's the type of growth where trust fund babies are created. The company I'm going to use as an example in comparison to LifeVantage is a company called Nu Skin. I use it for 3 reasons. A, it's on the NASDAQ, so you can check it out, its numbers. You can see the facts. B, it's a $2 billion company, so it's hugely successful. And C, it's network marketing just like us. Well, Nu Skin hit its tipping point for momentum and started that critical mass phase back in 1989. And at that time, a couple of things occurred. 1, the company was doing around $4 million in sales. And 2, the company had a 3% hyper-enroller rate. Now, a hyper-enroller is just someone who personally enrolls 10 people. So if you sign 10 people, you're considered a hyper-enroller. This is an important indicator that most companies will use to figure out when that company is going to shift into momentum. Amway, Nu Skin, Herbalife, their tipping point was approximately that 3%, and this is considered the point that you look for. Now, Nu Skin hit this $4 million mark and 3% hyper-enroller mark. When they hit that, they began the critical mass growth phase, and the monthly sales grew in volume so much that 24 months later, They were doing $52 million a month. Who would like to catch that type of growth? Well, some people didn't. There were lots of stories, but my favorite is a couple called John and Giselle Sexsmith. Now, they were making around $5,000 a month in the beginning of that critical mass phase. And when Nu Skin hit that $4 million mark and that 3% hyper enroller mark, their check grew from $5,000 to 24 months later, $140,000 per month. Today, if you research them, they're doing approximately $175,000 per month. Now, you can still join Nu Skin, Amway, and any of those other network marketing companies that are in stabilization phase. You can still join them and make money. That 2%, 2 to 7% growth, you can still make money with those. But you will never capture that type of growth, that critical mass type of growth. It occurs one time. You miss it and you're gone. So let's take a look at LifeVantage. We're also on the NASDAQ, so you can check us out. LifeVantage today is doing around $206 million per month in sales, which for those of you who are fast at math, you'll realize that that's more than $4 million per month. But what's so unique about LifeVantage is that of that $206 million, about 80% strictly comes from customers, not distributors. Only 20% of that comes from distributors. And distributors are the ones who go out and actually build the business. So if you take 20% of $206 million, you'll see that we're sitting at around $3.5 million a month in sales. Nu Skin was at $4 million. As far as our hyper enroller rate goes, a few months ago, I watched one of our company elites on stage telling the audience, listen, you don't have time. She said the CEO had told her that LifeVantage was sitting at a 2.6 hyper enroller rate, but the CEO of the company then came on stage and said, that was old data. So that we've now shifted from 2.6 to a 6. This company is set to revolutionize health and wellness, and it can also help you revolutionize your income. So my question to you is this. If you were at the beach, out in the water, and you see this massive wave coming, like directly at you, statistically, it's going to hit you head on. And you know that you want to catch that wave. You want to catch it and you want to ride it all the way to the shore. In order for you to do that, to catch that wave, what do you have to do? Something. You need to take action. You need to start paddling. You see, some of my friends, they wanted to wait. They wanted to wait to try their product. They wanted to wait to get the money together to join the business, to find some more time. They wanted to wait to see how I'm doing. And nearly 4 years later, they're still waiting. At their job, no plan B. And in most cases, they're still unhappy with their life and complaining. Me, I had no time. I had no spare funds. I mean, I literally used my credit card to join and I had no idea what I was doing. But I saw the value in the product and I saw the opportunity in the business and I knew I did not want to miss riding this wave. Richard Branson describes opportunity like this. He says, opportunity is going to hit you. Never when it's convenient. It's going to hit you when the bank account is zero, when your time limit is maxed out. That's when opportunity hits you. And he's so right. You see, whenever you see an opportunity, you have two options. Option one, you're going to create a business, setting a foundation in place that will maximize your ability to benefit from the critical mass phase, riding that wave all the way to the shore, taking care of not only you and your family right now, but taking care of generations and generations to come. Or option two, you're going to miss this because you think you've got time and you'll spend every single day regretting knowing what you should have done. Do something for yourself today that your future self will thank you for. Please get back to the person who invited you to this information for more details on how you can become a customer or business builder with LifeVantage.